Hello everybody, this is a little video review of my Polish P-64 that I purchased from classicfirearms.com. It is a 9x18 Makarov, which is in the center here. This is 9x19 or 9mm Luger, and then over here is your 380 or 9x17. I purchased this from Classic Firearms here a few months ago. I believe I paid $215 for it. It's a surplus pistol, and overall it's in decent shape. It has some holster wear to it on the slide and the front of the trigger guard there, but mechanically it's in really nice shape. It's worked reliably 100%. I have never had a stoppage with it, which these P-64s are definitely known for. Has the safety decocker there, as you can see. It also has the heel magazine release there. And it's basically a copy of the Walther PPK. It's very similar to it. In fact, it actually fits in the same holster as the PPK. This is actually a PPK holster that I purchased for this gun. It's an all metal, all steel gun, and like I said, it fires a 9x18, which is it's a little bit more powerful than the 380, but not a whole lot, not really enough to be noticed. I know some people had commented that it has a little bit more recoil, and I guess I really haven't noticed that it has a major amount more recoil. Anyone who's ever fired a PPK or any of these blowback type pistols will know that they tend to have a little bit more recoil than like your Browning operation, like your 1911 style tilt barrel type handgun. So I really wasn't overly surprised with it, when I fired it, that it had a little more snap, right in the web of the hand there. I did not notice any hammer bite or any tracks on my hands. If you have to be a little careful when you fire it to make sure that you don't put your hands up too high. Other than that, it's been a great gun. I have no complaints. I shoot my cast reloads through it, and they function 100%. It takes down the same as a PPK. You take the trigger guard and put it off to one side, and then you rack back on the slide all the way, pull up on the back, and then just let it slide forward and off the frame. Has that fixed barrel, which definitely aids in accuracy there. One thing that I would say I don't really care for about it is that the double action trigger is, it is atrocious on it. You almost break your finger off trying to pull that trigger. That being said, the single action is actually quite nice. I don't have a trigger gauge to tell exactly what the pull is, but it's real nice. I've went on the internet, and I guess you can find some wolf springs you can replace the hammer spring, and you get that double action pull down to a little bit more manageable point. But overall, I'm real happy with it. It is kind of my everyday, I don't want to say beater, but it gets use. And so that being said, I guess the holster wear didn't really bother me too much. It is a pretty accurate gun. It's not a target gun, but that's not what it's intended to be. And I think it for $200, it's definitely or $215, it's definitely a quality made pistol, and it's definitely worth getting. So anyways, that's, I guess, my take on it. So thanks for watching.